Hej, kontynuujemy Let's Playa z Face Noir. Ostatnio sporo rzeczy się pozmieniało, dowiedzieliśmy się paru informacji o dziewczynce, no i trafiliśmy na ślad kongregacji 5, jakiejś dziwnej, tajnej organizacji, która chce się zaopiekować dziewczynką, nie wiadomo z jakiego powodu, a plany tej kongregacji próbuje pokrzyżować Czarna Lilia, mafia.
What can I do for you, Del Nero?
Tell me about the Congregation of Five.
What do you want to know?
No niech jeszcze nam Słowański parę słów powie o tej organizacji.
Why are you looking for the girl?
I don't know, Del Nero. If you want answers, you have to wait for a guy the congregation sent to deal with girl.
When will he get here?
Tomorrow morning around 9 a.m.
And until then, I'll have to babysit the girl, right?
Right, Del Nero. There's no other choice.
Czyli musimy czekać do 9 rano na to, aż ktoś po dziewczynkę przyjedzie.
How did you get in?
I was never part of organization. My old man was member. We moved to America for his job. He deciphered codes for them.
So, what's your role?
When my old man was too old to work, he decided to buy this building. Congregation helped him. The only provision is that if they need it, it has to be safe house for their members.
And this safe house is apartment 607.
Exactly, Del Nero. That's why that room is always closed.
Skoro ta kongregacja pomogła ojcu Słowańskiego, to znaczy, że musi już sobie liczyć sporo lat, że musi być starą organizacją. No a to oznacza, że nie powstała w związku z dziewczynką. Czyli zajmowała się wcześniej jakimiś sprawami, no a dziewczynka jest kolejną ze spraw, bądź jest związana z czymś, czym kongregacja zajmowała się w przeszłości. To można wywnioskować z rozmowy ze Słowańskim.
What's the relationship between the congregation and Sean McClane?
McLean must be your friend they found dead tonight, right?
Yes, even if friend isn't the right word.
Anyway, I only know members who stayed in my building. I never heard of your friend.
I don't have any other questions.
No dobrze.
Goodbye, Slovanski.
Goodbye, Del Nero.
Słowański jest figurantem, to jest jasne, no chyba, że coś ukrywa. No a tak, profesor Zindler nie żyje, Michelle Nicholas nie żyje, Sean McClane nie żyje, więc tak naprawdę, nieźle przetrzebiła się ta kongregacja 5. Raczej nie składała się z 5 osób, skoro ma kogoś jeszcze przysłać. Jest chyba nieco większą organizacją, no ale już z ubytkami kadrowymi.
Where you want to go this time?
Teraz pojedziemy do portu.
The Melville Port in Brooklyn.
We see.
Jak pewnie pamiętacie, na końcu poprzedniego odcinka nasz Jack Del Nero powiedział, że w międzyczasie, czekając na przybycie kogoś z kongregacji 5, zajmie się badaniem sprawy śmierci swojego byłego przyjaciela McClane'a. No i właśnie dlatego udaliśmy się do portu, szukać jakichś śladów mordercy Shona.
Hi.
Police again. What do you want now? I already answered your questions.
I'm not a police officer.
No? Then who are you? You're not one of those dumb journalists who are always looking for conspiracies and scandals everywhere, are you?
Co wybierzemy, to nie ma kompletnie żadnego znaczenia.
I'm a private detective.
Well, I don't care who you are. You'll find a way to bug me anyway, right?
I guess so. Anyway, I just have a few questions to ask you. What are you doing here?
It's the same question that I'm asking myself. I was woken up in the middle of the night by a call from the police who ordered me to close the port due to an investigation.
So you were the port manager?
You could say that. Actually, I'm the only one here. I'm the port manager, the secretary, and even the cleaning crew.
człowiek orkiestra, 3 w jednym. Zarządca portu brzmi dobrze, bo ja byłem w multiplayerowej grze w Left 4 Deada zarządcą poczekalni. Może zaawansuję kiedyś na zarządcę portu, ale kontynuujemy rozmowę.
What do you know about what happened here tonight?
I know that one guy bumped off another guy, and he picked this port to do it. That's what I know, as I told the police over and over again.
You don't seem too surprised by what went on.
It's not the first time, and it won't be the last that someone gets bumped off around here.
Has it happened before?
You could set your watch by it, just like my rheumatism. This port has its share of some of the worst scumbags in New York, and sometimes we even manage to get a few troublemakers from out of town. Once they even found a Chicago police lieutenant drowned under one of the piers.
A well-attended place, I'd say.
It wasn't always like this. In the good times, the port was the apple of the eye of Brooklyn's commercial activity.
Oj, chyba ta wielofunkcyjność mu nie służy, ale tutaj już mówiłem o tym jego głosie i że mi się nie podoba.
Why did they make you close the port?
The police decided to close the entire port until they complete their investigation. And I have no way of knowing how long it will take. So I have to call the captain of every ship headed here and tell him that he has to unload at Kips Bay instead of here.
If the port is closed, like you say, I doubt you'll have a lot of work to do.
I don't care about the boats. But tomorrow, the good Lewis was supposed to disembark with my good Chilean friend that brings me some of the best grog I've ever had. Now I'll have to wait more than a month to see him, and I finished my last bottle last week.
If I want some information, the grog seems a good way to bribe him.
No to chyba już się wyjaśniła tajemnica jego głosu. Po prostu no nie może sobie poradzić chyba z powodu braku tego swojego ulubionego trunku.
Tell me about the port.
It was the beginning of the century. New York felt like it was the capital of the whole world. I was just a young sailor with a few dollars in my pocket and no reason to stay on the mainland. The port owner was old Svensson, a Swede who seemed anything but a sailor. In fact, he couldn't have told you the difference between a swordfish and a canister of gasoline. But he knew business. Oh yes, he knew it all right. That guy transformed this place into one of the most important hubs on the East River in just 3 years.
This port doesn't seem like a place where a lot of ships could dock.
You shouldn't look at it now. Half of the port is now demolished and sold. Once there were more than 10 piers. Now there are only a couple. Old Svensson had them build huge ones, so that even the biggest fishing ships could dock.
Why was part of the port sold?
It's a long story. During the port's most active years, I worked at the harbor master's office. An accident involving my right leg stopped me from sailing for a few months. Since I was one of the few who could read or write, I was put in charge of handling port procedures. Everything seemed to go fine, business was good, but Svensson started to change over time. I'm not saying that he looked like one of us, but he started to lose that look of a king that he had when he got here. And he started getting strange visits. Then one day in April of 1926, John Grenz, known as the Ace of Spades, found his body floating near the mooring right near his office. The police said that it was a suicide, but none of us believed it. Old Svensson had been neglecting himself, okay, but he still had the will to live. The funeral had barely happened when a certain Pruney, some fat half-Italian, half-Turkish guy, took over for old Svensson. Within a year, he sold part of the port and fired half of us. I was the only one to keep my job, and I became the harbor master.
Fascinating story, but something doesn't make sense. The recession has shut down businesses that were a lot stronger than this little port. How have you managed to survive this long?
You're quick on your feet, son. The answer is simple. Cruises to freedom.
Cruises to freedom?
Right. If someone wants a change of scene without anyone knowing, this is his ticket to freedom.
You mean that criminals can illegally escape from this port?
You can do the math. I learned not to ask questions.
No ciekawe. No ale sporo takich przykrywek pewnie wtedy działało w ówczesnych realiach. Swoją drogą, te informacje, dość długa dyskusja, którą prowadzimy z zarządcą portu, nie ma takiego bezpośredniego związku, tylko pośredni z głównym wątkiem fabularnym, no ale wzbogaca nam tło fabularne, więc warto wypytać o wszystko. No a teraz przechodzimy do tego głównego naszego pytania i tej kwestii, która jest najważniejsza w sprawie McLeana i dziewczynki.
Did you see a man with a girl tonight?
It looks like you know more than you pretend to, son.
So have you seen a little girl?
Sorry, but I can't give you any information about who leaves from the port. It's the rules.
Did you let a man named Ford board?
No way, son. The rules are rules. I can't say anything about the people who leave from here.
Come on, don't mess around. Tell me what you saw tonight.
I'm telling you, the rules say that I can't give out any information about the people who leave from here.
I don't need anything else.
Good luck, son.
Przepisy mu zabraniają, a najważniejszy punkt przepisów, który zabrania mu wyjawić nam tych informacji, to brak łapówki. Punkt przepisów mówi, że jeśli wręczymy pracownikowi łapówkę, dopiero wtedy ma nam prawo wyjawić takie ważne, istotne informacje o osobach, które tutaj korzystały z usług portowych.
A bottle is broken. I'll take the part with the label. Grog de Ricardo Blanco. This stuff is over 120 proof. Every sip cuts your liver's life by a week.
Tak, skoro to zabraliśmy, czyli etykietę po grogu,
John's cab.
tak wiem, że to taksówka Johna, no to chyba sprawa jest jasna, że będziemy musieli ją przykleić do innej butelki. Taka dość klasyczna, typowa zagadka w przygodówkach. W paru tytułach już ją widziałem.
Let me guess. We have to go somewhere.
Nie pamiętam w tej chwili dokładnie, jakie to były tytuły, ale coś mi świta, że Undercovered, taka gra w realiach chyba II wojny światowej, jednak dość mimo wszystko moim zdaniem nieudana, taki typowy średniak. No ale jedziemy do naszego budynku mieszkalnego na Essex Street.
Essex Street, Lower East Side.
We see.
Zresztą Face Noir też tak naprawdę jest średniakiem, ale takim średniakiem, w którego się przyjemnie gra, mimo wszystkich wad, niedostatków, mimo może braku tego czegoś, co wybijałoby grę zdecydowanie ponad przeciętność, to po prostu intryguje i przyjemnie się spędza te chwile właśnie z Jackiem Del Nero. No nie. Niepotrzebnie weszliśmy do mieszkania, wejdziemy nieco wyżej. Tutaj, jak pamiętamy, jest ta para, która nam pozwoli właśnie odkleić etykietę.
Yes, using the steam that's coming out, I should be able to get the label off of the piece of bottle I picked up. Let's see. Excellent. Now I have a Grog de Ricardo Blanco label ready for use.
Nie wiem, czy taki trunek rzeczywiście istnieje, bądź istniał Grog de Ricardo Blanco. Nie jestem znawcą alkoholi, zwłaszcza tych z lat 30. XX wieku. No ale kto wie, teraz pójdziemy jeszcze do baru Red Tulip, do naszej Grety. No i być może niepotrzebnie zabieraliśmy tę etykietę, bo być może Greta sprzedaje tutaj grog. Kto wie, kto wie.
Hi, Greta.
Hi, Jack.
Do you have a bottle of grog?
Grog? Did you decide to drive the last nail in your liver's coffin?
It's not for me, and it would take too long to explain why I need it.
As usual. Anyway, I don't think I have any grog. No one drinks that stuff. But if you feel like, you can check. There might be a few old bottles on the first shelves, the ones closest to the mill.
I'll take a look. Thanks. Okay, I'm going now.
Bye, Jack.
Czyli raczej zgodnie z przewidywaniami. Grogu nie ma, no ale są butelki, na które będzie można przykleić etykietę.
A huge wall of booze. If there is a heaven, this is what I think it looks like. Soft clouds, angels flying around, and a bar with every kind of booze ever made.
Tak stawiam dolary przeciw orzechom, że gdyby Jack Del Nero miał możliwość zamiany swojego obecnego mieszkania na bar Red Tulip i gdyby mógł tu zamieszkać i zarządzać całym wyposażeniem tego miejsca, to zamieniłby się bez mrugnięcia okiem.
Let's see if Greta has a bottle of grog on these shelves. I don't see anything that looks like grog.
Zresztą tak naprawdę przypuszczam, że nie on jeden by się zamienił. Dobra, przyklejmy etykietę do którejś z butelek.
If I glue this label on any of these bottles, I could have a bottle of what, at first glance, could look like a bottle of grog. I doubt that the harbor master guy will figure out the swindle, or at least he won't until I get the information I need. It looks perfect. It looks the same as the bottles of grog I found at the port.
Swoją drogą spora zażyłość musi łączyć Jacka Del Nero z Gretą, skoro ona tak pozwala mu brać butelki, łazić sobie po jej przybytku tak do woli. No ale tym lepiej, mamy ułatwione zadanie. No i wracamy do portu. Nie wiem jaką butelkę Jack Del Nero wziął, nie wiem co wypije zarządca portu.
Ah, you again. Where we go this time?
The Melville Port in Brooklyn.
Whatever you want.
Jeśli Jack Del Nero wie jak smakuje grog i zna się na alkoholach, to pewnie wziął butelkę czegoś zbliżonego smakiem do grogu, żeby po prostu nie ryzykować wykrycia tego oszustwa drobnego.
Maybe this will help loosen up your tongue.
Where'd you get that bottle?
With a little brain, you can get anything in this city. Tell me what you saw tonight, and it's yours.
I can't.
Let's stop beating around the bush. I have something that you want, and you have something that I want. Let's not get any pointless morals mixed up in the matter.
Okay, you convinced me.
Tak, nasz drogi zarządca na chwilę zapomniał o tym przepisie, który mówił o obowiązku wyjawienia informacji, jeśli dostanie się łapówkę. Jak widać ten obowiązek tutaj wszyscy respektują, począwszy od oficera policji, poprzez właśnie zarządcę poczekalni. Ciekawe kto jeszcze. Na razie 100% skuteczność w takim dostępie do informacji.
Tell me who boarded tonight.
Around closing time, the guy who was found bumped off on the dock came here. He had a little girl with him. He asked if he could board the Sainte Marie de la Mer.
The Sainte Marie de la Mer. It's the same name that was in my dream. First that hitman, and now the name of the ship. How's all this possible? Did you see anyone else other than the guy with the girl?
Now that I think about it, yes. I had just closed the harbor master's office when I saw a man near the lamppost. I had never seen him around here before. He wasn't a sailor. He was too elegant to be an old salt.
Describe him.
I only saw him in passing. It's better to avoid looking at anyone for too long around here.
Did you notice anything particular?
He was dressed well, but that's it.
Where did you say he was?
Under that lamppost over there, the one next to the sacks.
Okay. I don't need anything else.
Good luck, son.
Tak jak obserwuję na stronach internetowych i na serwisach modowych, jaka moda coraz częściej obowiązuje, to niedługo też będę twierdził, że ktoś dobrze ubrany wzbudza podejrzenia, że to jest podejrzane, jeśli ktoś jest porządnie ubrany, no ale to taka dygresja.
Maybe I'll find something interesting.
Tak, pod tą, czy obok tej latarni zauważył zarządca portu tego mężczyznę.
There are some cigarette butts here. It looks like the guy tailing Sean had to wait for a long while. Let's take a look. The smell of this butt isn't of regular old tobacco. It's hash, which isn't exactly easy to find. It might be a lead to follow, but I can't think of any connection between this cigarette butt and what happened tonight. Maybe I need to think about it.
No, czyli takie bardziej narkotyki, haszysz.
Let's try to think about it.
No i teraz kojarzymy informację. Palący facet z pistoletem. Sean twierdzi, że facet, którego widział przy drzwiach, palił papierosa o silnym i dziwnym zapachu oraz zapach haszyszu. Niedopałek papierosa znaleziony w porcie zawierał haszysz.
John said that the guy he saw near his cab was smoking a cigarette that smelled funny. And now I find this hashish smoke. There's no doubt that the guy that was following Sean and the one that Sean saw by his cab is the same guy. The cigarette butt won't be much help figuring out the identity of this mystery man, but I might find other clues.
No i teraz najtrudniejszy dla mnie element tego odcinka.
There are pieces of paper lying around. It looks like they formed a matchbox once. Who knows why it was ripped up like this? If I piece it back together, maybe I can figure out something more.
No, taka zagadka, której zwłaszcza w let's playach nie lubię. A dlaczego? Dlatego, że nie wiem wtedy o czym gadać, bo muszę się z jednej strony skupiać na rozwiązywaniu zagadki, z drugiej to dość długo trwa zwykle. No i na nieszczęście taka cisza nie jest wskazana w let's playach, także no, dlatego właśnie nie lubię tego rodzaju wyzwań podczas nagrywania. No nic, tutaj musimy z kawałków papieru, z podartych kawałków niestety, czy z podartej kartki, wizytówki, stworzyć jakąś całość. Dobra. Tutaj na boku sobie mniej więcej to poukładam. Books, tu będą książki. To będzie tak. Teraz źle kombinuję. No nie jest to wbrew pozorom takie łatwe, bo tych części jest dużo, to po pierwsze. Znaczy, no może nie tak bardzo dużo, ale trochę ich jest. A po drugie, nie są to wszystkie części, które by... nie da się z nich odtworzyć całości tej jakiejś ulotki. Little. O, tak to będzie. Tak.
Okay, now the pieces are coming together. Unfortunately, I don't have all of them here. I can't read exactly what's written on the box. It certainly refers to some kind of business. Maybe the telephone book that I have in my office will be of some help.
Tak, być może jakoś przyspieszę rozwiązywanie tego wyzwania, tej takiej zagadki bardziej na spostrzegawczość. Z tego względu, że dość długo się z nią męczyłem. A że musiałem się skupić, to niewiele gadałem, no i tak to wyszłoby nudno. Dobra, mamy tam nazwę, więc pora skorzystać z książki telefonicznej i odszukać to miejsce, które jest na wizytówce. Teraz już chyba nie powinno być do końca gry takiej zagadki,
Ah, you again. Where we go this time?
z którą miałbym aż takie problemy. Przesuwanych układanek tu na szczęście nie ma.
Essex Street, Lower East Side.
Okay.
No i wracamy tym razem do naszego apartamentu. Jack Del Nero Książka telefoniczna w dłoń.
Yes, this matchbox definitely comes from a store or joint in New York. Comparing it with the names of businesses in the phone book, I should be able to figure out the full name. And get the address, too.
No proszę, to jest etykieta pudełka od zapałek. I tutaj mamy Little Peninsula, tak się to nazywa, ale gdzie tego szukać? Rzadkie książki. Czyli
I can see the word book on the matchbox. It must be a bookstore. Let's start looking from there.
dokładnie, sklepy z książkami. The Little Peninsula to jest to.
Little Peninsula. The name matches. It's a bookstore on the Upper East Side, on 65th. I think I better check it out. I don't need the matchbox anymore. I can leave it here.
Ja się od razu lepiej czuję, bo księgarnie to są takie miejsca jedyne właściwie, czy jedne z nielicznych sklepów, w których naprawdę dobrze się czuję i do których lubię chodzić. No i z których często wynoszę takie
Where you want go this time?
nieplanowane zakupy, no. Ale nie powiem, żebym z tego powodu się smucił.
65th Street, Upper East Side.
Whatever you want.
And here I am on the Upper East Side. Luxury stores, offices of diplomats, and gentlemen with deep pockets. A right place to work on my intolerance of hypocrisy. Little Peninsula. Rare and limited edition books. There's no question that the matches I found at the port are from here. But how could an antique bookstore on the Upper East Side have anything to do with Sean's death? Maybe I'm on the wrong track. Or maybe this bookstore does more than just restoring books.
Ale rzadkie limitowane edycje książek to rzeczywiście ciekawe. Gdybym miał taką księgarnię tutaj na oku, to pewnie często bym do niej uczęszczał, ale właśnie, co może mieć wspólnego księgarnia ze śmiercią Seana McLeana?
It's closed.
Jest,
It's the middle of the night. I don't see why a
no
bookstore
dokładnie,
should
jest
be open at this
zamknięta.
hour. It's the service door for the Little Peninsula. So, in theory, these crates should contain materials to bind books, or something else useful for an antique bookstore. But I recognize the stamp of booze transports on a couple of these crates. I didn't remember that you needed gin to restore books.
Ale czasem przy czytaniu się używa.
It looks like no one's in there.
Yes?
Hi, is this the Little Peninsula warehouse?
Yes, of course. Can I help you?
I'd like some information.
If you want information about our catalog, you can come by tomorrow morning when we're open. Unfortunately, we're doing inventory at the moment. Unless you reserved a book, I can't be of any help.
I'd like some information.
If you want
Tak,
information, unless you...
to już było. Teraz, może taki trik z zamówieniem książki.
I reserved a book.
Can you please give me the title?
Ciekawe, ostatnia powieść Chandlera. Chyba nieprzypadkowo znalazła się ta pozycja właśnie w książce, w grze, przepraszam, Face Noir. Z tego względu, że powieści Chandlera z detektywem Marlowem to właśnie takie kryminały z takim detektywem dość cynicznym i też lubiącym alkohol. No a swoją drogą właśnie ekranizacje powieści Chandlera, filmy na podstawie jego twórczości są takimi kryminałami w konwencji noir, mniej więcej jak ta gra. Z kolei Ben Hur z 1929 roku z błędem drukarskim na 159 stronie. Ben Hur to powieść chyba z 1880 roku. Nie czytałem, zresztą powieści Chandlera też nie czytałem, bo nie mogę dorwać pierwszej części serii. Ben Hur chyba jest bardziej znany z ekranizacji, z jednej z ekranizacji z Charltonem Hestonem w roli głównej. No, jego bohater Juda Ben Hur, jego losy splatają się z losami Jezusa. Taki bardzo głośny film, chyba nawet Miał parę Oscarów zdobył.
A 29 Ben-Hur with a misprint on page 159.
Let me check. I'm sorry, sir. We don't have that book. If you come back tomorrow, we can reserve it.
Chandler's latest novel.
Chandler. Sorry, we don't have anything by this author.
Forget it.
Goodbye.
An inventory in the middle of the night. I might be untrusting, but I don't buy it. There has to be something else under this place.
W latach 30. to chyba Chandler właśnie wtedy tworzył.
Well, if they use the lie about the inventory, I'll use the lie of being the mailman to get a look at their mail.
Nawet to chyba były początki jego twórczości, ale nie jestem pewien. Czego by tu użyć, żeby się dostać do środka naszej licencji detektywa?
Yes, the license is thin enough to put it through the gap between the box and the counter. Let's see. Perfect. I opened it.
No niespodzianka, otworzyliśmy jakieś drzwi bez pomocy wytrychów.
Luckily, no one has picked up the mail yet. Let's take a look. It's a telephone bill. It's billed to a guy named Edward Marzetti. I've heard this name before, but where? Maybe it'll come to mind if I think about it.
No to pomyślmy. Właścicielem Little Peninsula jest Edward Marzetti. I co by tu jeszcze? O, turnę Grety. Greta była tancerką i brała udział w przedstawieniu o nazwie Kociaki Marzettiego, zbieżność nazwisk.
That's right. Greta's show was called Marzetti's Cats. It's not a very common name. It's gotta be the same person. Maybe Greta will be able to tell me something about this guy.
Całkiem możliwe.
I'd better put the bill back in its place.
Więc wracamy na Essex Street do baru Grety. Czyli do miejsca, gdzie Jack Del Nero gości częściej niż u siebie w mieszkaniu.
Where you want go this time?
Essex Street, Lower East Side.
Swoją drogą John chyba się już przyzwyczaił do roli osobistego kierowcy taksówki właśnie Jacka Del Nero.
Hi, Greta.
Hi, Jack.
Do you know a certain Edward Marzetti?
Edward Marzetti. I haven't heard his name in years.
So you know him?
Unfortunately, yes. That's someone that I would have rather not known.
How do you know him?
Years ago, when I was still dancing, I worked at this little joint in Little Italy, New Naples. Marzetti was the owner. There were lots of joints like that at the time. There were at least a dozen on the same block. Marzetti bought them all over a few years. He became a sort of godfather in Little Italy. Whichever joint I had a show at, he was the owner.
What kind of guy is he?
The worst kind. He tries to pass himself off as this rich gentleman who supports the arts, theater, and shows, but he's really just a dirty businessman. His only real interests are women and money.
Interesting. Why was his name associated with your show in France?
He was the one who paid for everything. Our dance company was pretty successful here in New York, so Marzetti suggested we go to France. With his typically bad taste, he called the show Marzetti's Cats. Despite the name, it was pretty successful. All the shows were sold out.
Have you ever worked for him again?
No, it's been years since I've been out of that circle.
Do you know the Little Peninsula?
No, is it a joint?
The owner is your friend, Marzetti. It's an antique bookstore on the Upper East Side. At least, that's what it wants to look like.
Marzetti isn't a guy who spends his days talking about literature. There's definitely something underneath the surface.
I'm sure about it. That's why I have to get in. There's a door in the back of the store, but I think that you need a password or a card to get in. Do you know how to get in?
I haven't been to those places in years, Jack. I don't know how I could help you.
Do you still have any friends in that circle? Do you know anyone who knows how to get in that joint?
I know that I'll be sorry for what I'm about to tell you, but I think I know someone who could help you. And it's someone we both know.
Who?
Your friend Smiley.
Smiley?
Right. I think he works for Marsetti now.
How do you know that?
Before you got here tonight, he spent hours telling me about his new job. He never mentioned Marsetti, but he talked about a couple of joints he owned. If he doesn't work for Marsetti, he works for someone who works for him.
So Smiley might know how to get into the Little Peninsula.
Probably.
Let's change the subject.
Tak, trzeba będzie teraz zapytać o Smileya.
About Smiley.
I hate that guy.
He is often at the joint.
Tell me about it. He's here every day. He always gets here at 9 p.m., sits down, orders his stupid blueberry cocktail, and plants himself there. I hate him.
Do you have any idea why he always comes to your joint?
Unfortunately, yes. The slimeball decided he wants to marry me. He knows that I'm having a tough time with the joint, and he hopes I'll say yes rather than end up on the street.
That's so like Smiley. I didn't think he had a crush on you.
I'd rather not know it either.
Wyrazy współczucia.
Do you know where I can find him?
Not a clue, Jack. The thing that's important to me is that he stays far away from my joint.
If he really works for Marzetti, he'll know how to get into Little Peninsula.
You're a private detective. You won't have any problems finding out where he lives now.
Rushing into his house isn't an option. That guy isn't as dumb as he looks. He'd be on guard immediately if I showed up in the middle of the night.
So how do you want to see him?
I don't know. I don't know yet.
No nie wiem, czy nie jest taki głupi. W każdym razie najlepszą partią dla Grety na pewno by nie był.
I have a favor to ask you.
Let's see.
I znów kojarzymy informację. Praca Smileya. Smiley może znać sposób na dostanie się do Little Peninsula. I ukochana Smileya. Smiley już wiele razy oświadczał się Grecie.
If Smiley's really sweet on you, you won't say no to a date with you.
What? You want me to go out with Smiley?
That's the idea.
Jack, it's out of the question. I don't have any intention of going out with him just to do you a favor.
Calm down. You won't have to go out with him. You just have to make sure that he comes here.
What do you mean?
Do you have a telephone upstairs?
Yes?
Okay. Call him and tell him to come to the joint. When he gets here, say you have to go put some makeup on your face or any other thing that you broads do before you go out. And go upstairs and call my office. You have the number. Then I'll take care of Smiley.
Can't you go out with that thug?
Greta, if this wasn't the only way I have to get into Little Peninsula and figure out who that girl is, I would never ask you.
Damn it, Jack. You now owe me 2 favors.
So I guess I'll buy you dinner twice.
You'll have to do a lot more than buy me dinner twice to pay off your debt.
I'll find a way. Call Smiley. I'll wait for the call in my office. If Smiley were to see me here when he got here, he'd get suspicious.
Okay.
Good. This must be Greta.
Już czuję wyrzuty sumienia, że wrobiłem Gretę w taką nieprzyjemną sprawę.
Hello?
Jack, it's Greta.
Is Smiley there?
Yes, it's amazing how quickly he got here.
Typical.
He's downstairs. I came up with the excuse of putting my makeup on, but I can't make him wait all night, so hurry up and come here.
Did he come alone?
Yes, he's alone.
Okay, I'll be there in a second.
Jack, hurry up. I don't want that beast near me for another second.
I'm coming. I'd better head for the red tulip.
Tak, niesamowite jak szybko przybył. Chyba miłość dodała mu skrzydeł. Też nie wygląda na gościa, który by miał jakieś prawdziwe uczucia.
Here's Smiley. Let's see if I can get him to talk.
Co on tu pije? No nie wiem.
It's that.
Najpierw z nim porozmawiajmy. Tu nie ma miejsca interaktywnego w tym momencie.
Detective, what brings you here?
I saw the joint was open and I thought I'd pop in.
I'm afraid it won't be open long, though, since Miss Reed accepted my invitation for this evening.
Congratulations, Smiley. Now, besides being a crook, you've become a lady killer.
You aren't jealous, are you?
Jealous of what?
Come on, Detective. Even you aren't immune to the charms of Miss Reed.
I guess she prefers a man of your stature.
You're right. A woman like her needs someone who knows how to make her happy, who showers her with gifts and chauffeurs her around in luxury cars. I don't think that your detective's license gives you that luxury, does it?
Doesn't look like it.
Czyli potrzebuję kogoś nieskalanego rozumem i inteligencją. Rozumiem.
Do you know a certain Edward Marzetti?
Marzetti? No, I've never heard the name.
Don't play the fool, Smiley. I know you work for him.
I don't know where you got that information, but it's not true, Detective.
No może rzeczywiście nie znać, bo takie grube ryby czasem nie ujawniają się wszystkim tym swoim współpracownikom z imienia i nazwiska. Może rzeczywiście pracuje przez jakichś pośredników.
Do you know a place called Little Peninsula?
No, should I?
Damn snake. A nice hook to his solar plexus, and I could get him to say he wears women's underwear. But I can't risk it. I have to find another way to get what I want. See you, Smiley.
Goodbye, Detective. Goodbye.
Chociaż właśnie z drugiej strony ja chyba źle odbieram postać, nie tak jak twórcy chcieli. Moim zdaniem to wszystko wina zepsutego dubbingu. Właśnie z jego powodu on po prostu sprawia wrażenie kompletnego idioty, kretyna, a miał być takim śliskim, niczym wąż, sprytnym, fałszywym chyba typem. No ale nie udało się to twórcom. Mówiłem, że to nie jest punkt interaktywny, teraz już jest. Po tej rozmowie stał się punktem interaktywnym.
Blueberry juice. Only Smiley has the guts to drink this stuff. In all the time I've known him, I've never seen him drink real booze.
Tylko Smiley ma odwagę pić soki. No dobra, dolejemy coś do tego soku.
Maybe a little booze will loosen Smiley's tongue. I've never seen anyone let their guard down so much with just a little booze.
Nawet ja bym chyba nie był w takim stanie po wypiciu tak niewielkiej ilości. No ile tam można było dolać tego alkoholu?
Let's see what he has with him. Smiley had a few bucks and this piece of paper with him.
The Art of Chess by Humphrey de Forest. It looks like the title of a book.
I better remember it, and I better leave the paper where I found it.
Czyli mamy już tytuł, który może być dla nas przepustką do księgarni. Aczkolwiek no nie znam tej sztuki szachów. W każdym razie tutaj przy taksówce myślę, że zakończymy odcinek, który już teraz jest dość długi, nawet bardzo długi. No i wizytę w Little Peninsula złożymy w kolejnym odcinku, na którym serdecznie Was zapraszam. Będziemy mieć kolejną nową miejscówkę prawdopodobnie, także myślę, że warto będzie oglądać. Do usłyszenia, pa pa.